Aye. I'm sure we invented them as well.
Eh?
You gave us ginger.
I'm not sure. That was maybe Danish.
Right.
For their first win. So time to get the thoughts of Richard Harding ahead of this one. Richard, game 2, draw 2. What do you think?
Well, on paper Scotland should win, but they have been struggling a bit to find form this season. They won a couple of weeks ago at the Edinburgh International, but other than that, it's been a lean season.
And they're mixing and matching with the lineup, aren't they?
They are doing that. I suppose a bit controversially.
Mike Goodfellow is back in. He missed out on this morning's game.
Looks plenty.
It's good.
Yep, we can touch a bit more on that later on. The switching and changing team lineups, the effect it has.
Okay, Mike. Just a hair soft on that release, Mike. Just make sure you're at me, okay? Be through it.
A reminder of the rules of play. 6 ends minimum, 73 minutes per team, and 1 coach interaction during the game. The clock, of course, continues to run during that period. And Germany too, they're a new look team this season as well, aren't they, Richard?
Well, some changes here. Younger blood coming in. Daniel Neuner is new. Comes from Garmisch, Partenkirchen. Played in the juniors a couple of times. That is now 25, so he has a bit of youth to this team. And Andy Lang skipping. He has skipped at times over the years, but of course Germany dominated by Andy Kapp and his team for a long time.
And Andy Kapp, the coach now. He'll be finding it difficult to watch, will he?
Stay with it. Well, good sweeping, good sweep. Good throw, Mike. Nice weight.
Throw, Mikey.
Well, it's his first season coaching, I think. I haven't seen him on the coach bench before this year, so the Germans going for a German coach, the Scots going for a Swedish coach.
Marcus Messenzel, age 40, pretty experienced, very experienced in fact.
That's it. Same as Mikey. Same way! Move it forward! Same as Mikey.
Second for Scotland, Scott Andrews
Close.
Whoa. In there. Go that way.
from
No.
Irvine.
Weight's coming down.
No. He was never going to get the rolls.
Okay, I don't mind. That's fine.
Nice weight.
Part of that world silver medal winning team in Basel last year, this year actually, in the 2012 championship.
What was coming up there.
Ja, etwas schneller. 10. Etwas schneller.
Achtung.
Rein, bitte ein bisschen hart rein.
Fest.
Okay.
Gut.
Similar weight.
Close.
A wee bit down. Here down.
Close.
Here down
Yep.
last.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Weight's real good. Weight's real good.
Close.
Weight's
Nothing.
real good.
Hard, Mikey, if you
Weight's
get
real
it.
good. No, we're out. Okay. Scott.
So it'll be interesting to watch how much
Nice weight.
influence
Scotty.
David Murdoch has on this
That's better.
team from Scotland. Of course, a vastly experienced skip in his own right, two-time world champion in 06 and 09. And now playing third.
Whoa. 10. Whoa. 10. Dranbleiben. Whoa.
The third for Germany, Daniel Herberg.
Daniel also very experienced.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I don't think it's going to go crazy.
What sort of weight?
No. Oh, yeah. Okay.
His father played in 2 European Championships, Richard.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Did you encounter him at any stage as a young lad?
We did. In one of these European Championships.
Sorry.
Hans-Jörg Herberg.
And did you beat him?
Actually, we gave him a good doing, yes.
Yeah. I'm
Seem to remember them doing pretty well till they came up against us.
0. 90. 3-0. 0. Whoa. Kein Schlecht. Gar nichts.
Always close contests between Scotland and Germany all through the years, really, isn't that the case?
Yes, and there used to be the bogey team a bit for Scotland when David Smith and Warwick Smith were playing. They used to lose to handicap quite often. Not just handicap, other German teams. But now,
close.
usually Scotland win.
Here we are.
The Czech Republic that Scotland can't beat these days.
Yeah, then they've become the bogey team. Lost to them this morning, 6-5. It was a close one, and Scotland were a little unlucky.
Okay, good.
That went big.
They'd love to get a game. Just that getting that win, one win on the board is pretty important.
Ja, ich würde eher einen Tick mehr.
Well, after this round 2, of course,
Dein Draw hat auch ganz gut.
it is stating the obvious, but some teams are going to be on 2 wins, and some are probably going to be no wins, and it starts to be a bit of a gap when you're heading for places in the playoff stages. There are 10 teams here, and you have to get into the top 4, and it pays you to be in the top 2 for the playoff stages, because one plays 2, they get an extra chance basically to get to the final.
But you know, some teams are known to be notoriously slow starters, aren't they? And they still come through in the end.
Well,
1 or 2.
yeah, they can do that,
But you would prefer it the other way.
It gets hard to finish in the top 2 spots if you're a couple of games behind the leaders.
Okay.
So this is an important game for both of these teams.
Kommt schon, aber zu spät. Okay.
So Andy Lang and Daniel Herbert look on.
Nose is pretty good.
Okay, just normal.
Yeah.
And this is the Scotland skip, Tom Brewster, 38 years old, current world silver medalist.
Close.
No, never.
But he's never played at the Europeans.
Never, never.
Yeah.
That's right, first outing in the Europeans. Of course, for a long time, Tom Brewster was at the receiving end of David Murdoch's winning streak.
Good throw.
Constantly beat Tom year after year until 2 years
A
ago.
bit better.
And then the tables turned. Tom changed his team completely to the guys he has now, and it
That's
transformed
good.
the
It's
whole
not true, eh?
Ah, definitely for him.
set up for him.
Definitely for him. I think I hit the draw.
And how ironic that they're now playing together in the same team.
Yes, I would have liked to have been in the room the first night that was mentioned.
Although they know each other well, don't they, over the years, and played together years and years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, they played in the juniors together.
Acting,
But then they were pretty intense rivals for a long time, so
Acting, whoa, whoa, hey, gar nichts. Ja, alles okay. Hack, whoa.
bit tough for Tom, perhaps in a way,
Okay.
more so than David. His old team had disintegrated, really. Couldn't get time anymore and lots of other commitments. It was tough for these guys to give over the amount of time that you need to spend now if your aim is to try to get to the Olympic Games. So David was really left with not too much of a team to curl with.
And I guess Scotland can't afford to be without someone of his talent.
Well, and experience as well, I think. Still plays pretty well.
And completely united in their desire to win, that's for sure.
Clean.
Save yourself. Okay. 1-0.
Good, Tom.
1-0.
There guys.
So one for Scotland in the first end.
Nice though.
Yeah,
Not
I
too
thought I
disappointed with that.
got that moved. Huge.
Definitely through it back. Right.
Yep, one end played. Germany 0, Scotland 1. We bring you live coverage of the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2012, live from the Löfberg's Leila Arena.
That looked like a hog, that.
And we're into the second end of our featured game between Germany and Scotland. Scotland
I didn't
with
think
one
so,
shot in the
Thought I did.
first end, so
Yikes.
a long way to go. Is that one burned there, Richard?
Yeah, I think so.
He was the youngest member of the German team.
Daniel Neuner from Garmisch, as we said before. Just putting his corner guard out for Andy Lang.
He's a fit lad. He cycles, he runs, he plays tennis, and he skis. But you know, at this level, these guys are all pretty fit now.
But I'm sure he's still a few metres behind the Gruyère shop on all of these things. German skip for 25 Europeans, believe it or not, this year.
It's impressive stuff.
All Daves.
But that delivery wasn't impressive, was it?
Because it's got a curl. Can he hurt it?
Okay, Mikey.
Okay, Mike.
Who's the first one? Yeah.
Oh, they're working hard here.
Good line. Room.
Tons of room, guys.
Oh, ton of room.
No need to go.
Yeah, line's great.
I do find it unusual, Richard, to see Dave Murdoch actually sweeping. I find that
Never
quite
stop,
strange.
Mike. Never stop for the buddy.
So does he.
Clean.
He's certainly fit enough to do it.
Atta boy. Good throw.
I notice a big difference in the Scots in particular, looking very, very fit. And they work hard at it, don't they?
They do. I see David a lot because he works with me back at home these days. And it's quite a programme that he's involved in. Suffered from injury. It's really a couple of months into the season before it seemed to be cleared.
And is that completely right now, do you think?
I think it is finally, but it certainly took well into October before it was cleared up. And it all started as soon as the season finished in April. He was away for operation on his knee. Didn't go 100%, had to go back and get some more.
And of course, he had the shoulder before that.
Yeah.
So
Top it.
His shoulder, I beg your pardon, not his knee.
Whoa.
Shoulder injury.
I was wondering if we had an additional injury
Daves.
there.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's terrible.
Oh, loads of coming. Here it comes.
Yeah, and he had the other shoulder too
Out, Mike.
previously. So
Go.
the problem was that really at third he needed to be able to sweep, and he couldn't sweep with any pressure, and it was causing quite a bit of trouble. So
Hey. Is that straight away?
no, it's usually people's knees, not usually their shoulders.
Yeah, but
David's shoulder there.
But actually both crucial for sweeping because there's a lot of knee movement in there too. And bending.
The knees take the pressure on the delivery. That's where hurlers have quite a lot of problems with their knees when they play a lot of games.
And you have to be fit to get through this week because it's a very, very, very intense week, especially when there's two games a day.
Oh, that's right. 10 teams play the other 9. And this is Soren Gran.
So he's the man that made the big decisions about drafting Dave Murdoch into this team.
And he comes from Karlstad. So So he's back home for
Looks
this.
plenty,
which is
guys.
probably a little odd, coaching the
Gotta
Scottish
be
team in
tea
his
at
hometown.
least. Yep. At least.
But he was
Yeah,
still
go,
set
Scotty.
up for Scotland
Go,
beating
go, go,
Sweden
go,
in the
go,
final,
go.
I would guess.
Go, Scott. Mike. Good. Sweat, guys.
So Brewster and co looking in good shape at this end. We come to Daniel Herberg's. Stone. There's Andy Cap.
Yep, we're more used to seeing him on the ice rather than off it, but he has the coaching role now, along with the alternate.
70, 70. Yep. Hard. Yeah. Hard. Hard. Yeah. Hard. 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 Sit. Sit.
Well, just rolls out the house. They were sweeping furiously to try to keep it in behind these guards. Plenty to roll behind, with the red stone above the Le Gruyère sign and the yellow one at the front there. But it just went too far. So now, chance for Scotland to lie 2 again. Drawing to the far side of the house. You can just watch how far this curls. You can see at the moment it's on the left-hand side of the line, and wait till we see where it ends up at the finish.
Yep. Come on, gotta go, guys.
Especially after the sweeping.
Right to the tee, right to
Come
the
on,
tee.
Mikey. Right till it stops. Right till it stops, Mike.
So about 5 feet of swing on the ice.
Would he wanted that to go just a bit more?
Well, he wants to avoid 2 things. First of all, to make sure that the double is very difficult on both the yellow stones. And secondly, the wider out it is, the harder it is for the Germans to make a hit and roll and stay behind the cover of these guards. And Herberg playing the same shot again.
Red one's away again.
So the stone really pulls there once it starts to curl, even at that speed. Daniel Herberg's hit and roll just failing for a second time.
So we're back to where we were, basically.
We're going to have another go at the same thing again, over to the wing. And
You just want it like just back a tee.
Okay.
And it makes it flatter roll. You know, it makes, if he gets the roll, then it's always behind the tee, you know.
so there you are. He's explained what's happening and why. Thanks, Tom. It saves us the bother.
Same as
Yep,
draw the
let's
shot.
just
innit?
get Tom to do the commentary. It really is a luxury in this sport, getting to hear what the players are thinking.
I gave it a touch.
The T line, of
gave
course,
it a
he
touch.
refers to as the centre line.
Ton of room.
In the old days, you didn't have a line that came to the back of the house from the middle, so it became known as the T line because it was T-shaped where the lines joined up.
Keep it moving, Mike.
Let's watch the swing
Come on, Mike.
again.
Yep. Come on, Mike.
Yep. Curl.
Right back. Fight that red at the back. Come on, Mike.
Keep it moving, keep
Come
it
on, Mike. Go. Go.
That's fine.
All set, boys.
Good.
Good throw, Tom.
Beg your pardon, wrong information. Didn't have the T was because it came from the back line to the centre, not right down the middle. You had no guideline down the middle in former times when I first started curling.
Clearly more difficult for you then.
It was more difficult, nothing to guide it against. But actually, it's a good line to have because you can see just how much curl there is, especially for people watching the shows on television.
Yep, shows up well. So the German's going to try a similar thing again.
And as Tom pointed out, because the stone is behind the centre line or T line, the roll here will be, if it succeeds, will lie in the back of the house.
That's the plan.
Yeah! Yeah!
All the time Scotland have been distracting the play away to the other side in the hope that they get the chance to tap up this yellow at the front or draw behind it. Well, it's okay, but now not enough roll. The last 2 shots too much roll.
Yep, and he knows that. Just not quite.
Maar kurz abgemacht, aber...
So Andy Lang now skipping. He has played in several different positions for Germany over the years. Has skipped before at one of the World Championships.
Yep, quite a number of years ago. 2003 it was.
And big wobble from Tom.
Yep.
And this should be a fairly straightforward shot.
Well, you want to hit and roll to the wing again.
Yep!
Whoa! Whoa!
There we are. Good shot from Brewster. Lying out there.
Good, Tom. Good.
If you do the weights, if you just get that wee touch back, it does run.
Yeah.
So, hoping to entice the Germans into a hit perhaps, but Andy Lang is going to be drawing against 2 here. Should be a routine shot for these guys. So he's got to cut a piece of the white area of that circle with the commercial lettering in it to save the end and take 1 point.
I'll do that.
Sorry.
Actually, I think Brewster wanted to roll in behind the other way to force the issue more, but as it turns out, it was really always going to be a draw shot that Andy Lang was going to have to play.
So this is the last stone of the second end.
You're going to have to work this anyway. Still moving, but is it enough? Got to cut a piece of the white. Oh, he's going to catch the guard. Ooh, that curled a long way at the finish. And he's going to give up 2, I think.
Yes.
Scotland are going to get a 3-0 lead.
That was a bonus there for Scotland.
Bad shot from Andy Lang. So, a real giveaway to Scotland there.
Come on, boys.
So, after 2 ends, it's now Germany 0, Scotland 3.
So let's go corners on the inside side. If we add it, we're 3 up to the top.
So we know the tactics, Tom. Keep them on the in-turns. They're not playing any shots there, he says. So that's what he's going to do, and he's right. Not one of these in-turns was made properly. The 2 hits from Herberg rolled out the house. The one from Lang hit and didn't go behind the guards, and the last one caught the guard. So 0 points out of the last 4. Well, half a point from the first stone of Lang. Otherwise, nothing.
So let's catch up elsewhere. Denmark against Russia.
So last stone in the second end for the Russians. And they're trying to raise for 3 or 4 shots. Failed to make it. And the Danes steal a point there for a 1-0 advantage.
All Dave's at Freedom.
No, we're there.
So that was in the second end. We're in the third end of our featured game between Germany and Scotland. Mistake by the German skip, Andy Lang,
Watch the time a wee bit.
in that second end.
When he sat down in the hack, there was 15 seconds still to
Scotland
go.
two.
And we used about 10 seconds after that.
We're just having a wee bit of discussion.
So they
about
really
his
picked
handle,
on the
'cause
German weakness then, I suppose, and
right, okay.
they will play to that weakness.
Gut, gut. Ja. Ganz viel. Ja. Bisschen kürzer.
Daniel Neuner then,
Noch ein Stück, noch ein Stück, noch ein Stück. Okay.
putting on the corner guard once more for Germany. And playing to right hand side of the sheet as he looks at it. Michael Goodfellow.
Near less.
It's good. Better line. Got room this time.
We're still good.
Still in the red. Still in the red.
Are we skinny? Or
Still in the red.
We're all there.
Still on it. Still on it. Still on it. Off it.
To catch this red stone, or they're going to get past.
Yeah, yeah. Go Scott. Go Scott. Yeah.
Big curl on the ice here. Huge curl. Just past that red by nothing and ends up curling about 4 feet.
A couple of them have just moved about there.
just hear more positive about that one, eh?
Yeah, that was a better throw.
Yeah, aye, first one kind of.
Jetzt kommst du nicht mehr hin. Ja. Mit 60.
That's good.
Gut. Nase. Yep. Up. Oh, sauber. Oh. Sauber. Sauber.
Hey,
Oh, the double takeout
Sehr schön.
achieved by Neuner.
Yep, job done.
Tom Brewster. Okay. Try and remove the guard from the front, which could potentially cause a problem.
Curl.
Good.
let's go.
Sorry, Scott.
So that was the job of Scott
Oh,
Andrews.
it goes over straight.
So lose it.
This comes
Tell me it was a good
huge
throw.
at the end. Yeah. Good action, huh?
Curlen.
Länge gut.
Sehr weit.
2 bis 3. 2 bis 3.
Oh, letzten vorne.
Hier 3.
Letzten lang. Spiel wie ein Double. Wie lang ist er?
3. Weißer. Kurz vorm Haus. Knapp davor. Lassen kurz.
Meter davor.
Lassen kurz.
Halben Meter.
Gar nichts, gar nichts. Mehr Abstand, umso besser.
Okay. So ein Geschenk. It goes off the line.
You can see that stone curling quite a long way there. Too close to the other German counter, giving Scotland a chance for a raised takeout to get both the German stones out. Well, they jam it.
Got one of
Need
them.
one line.
Nice throw.
Just didn't get a chance to cross
Elsewhere, let's check on Sweden against Hungary in the second end.
Hungarian skip drawing against one here. Doesn't look very pleased with it. Having to sweep like mad to get it the
They're all
distance.
working hard.
And I think he's going to end up short.
I think you'll need to get out there, Richard, and help. Not going to make it.
Well, he's well short of the distance, giving up a point, and Sweden lead there. 2 shots to 0 after 2 ends.
Back to our featured game. Germany against Scotland. 3-0 to Scotland. We're into this third end.
Yeah.
And Dave Murdoch
Wait.
putting a bit of pace on this one.
Ja. Da sind wir 80. 85. 2 bis 3. 3. 3.
Daniel
3
Herberg
bis 4.
is an architect.
Fast freeze. Ja. Geht vorne ins Haus. Freeze. Vorne 12. Oh, gar nichts.
Lassen einfach.
Oh,
Gar nichts machen.
Nix. Bremst.
Gar nichts machen.
Hier davor. Okay.
And he's architected that one pretty well. Dave Murdoch's second stone. Rid of the guard in the previous one. Same again.
Fine, good. Side.
Fine.
Held that guy straight and said we steered there.
Slight steer.
Yes.
Norway against Switzerland. Let's see how they're faring in the second end.
Okay.
Switzerland grabbed a lead in the first end with a 2, and Thomas Olsrud facing another Swiss counter guarded. Needs to make this draw shot perfectly to save his single point in this second end. They're not going anywhere near it. No. Sorry, drawing for 2. It failed. Failed a lot, in fact. Way too heavy. So Norway just picking up the single point.
So it's Norway 1, Switzerland 2. Not happy with that one, but I hear Thomas Olsrud isn't feeling 100% this week so far.
Yeah, I think that.
The third time.
Yeah, 3 first.
He'll be in at the death, though. Usually is.
Usually is. And it's a long week, a lot still to happen. Norway, of course, the reigning champions. Here's the Scottish skip, Tom Brewster.
Hard! Yep. It's roll well.
Okay. Same Tom. Okay.
Besser ist ihm nur den Winkel.
Ja, kleine Reite, der
Gut, das ist okay. Also Nasig fällt mir ein bisschen raus, das
Ja.
Ausdruck. Magst du von außen? Vorher haben wir es immer so von außen gespielt.
Ja, ist okay. Was haben wir da gespielt?
Wir sind
Ja,
doch immer
genau,
knapp an dieser
deine,
Guard
ja.
vorbei.
Die sind nicht so viel gehört, gell?
Wenn du mit 0 kommst, ist so, glaube ich,
Ja.
nicht schlecht.
Bisschen mehr. Ja. Null. Ja, es hat ein bisschen nach außen rein.
Jo, 3-0.
Ja. Vor.
They've done their bit so far.
May get a chance at something.
Wait to see what Andy Lang can pull off here with the first of his 2 stones.
10, yep! Hard!
Germany having last stone advantage here.
Hard!
Just needs to swap the hits and they'll get 2 back.
Whoa!
Well, not too much wrong with that. In turn this time from Andy Lang. Controlled takeout. So Scotland looking like losing 2 here. Unless Tom comes up with
It
something.
finishes, so that's about it.
Yeah. Just make sure we're on the nose, let it break at the hog.
Normal.
Yep.
So Tom Brewster will be doing all he can to make it as difficult for the Germans as possible.
Well, he wants the stone just to curl at the end and roll in behind that guard or that front stone of the Germans, guarding the
So I should have thrown my first one.
tee.
Close.
Never.
It's big weight here.
Okay, Tom. Okay.
It's a better throw. Just did that.
Würden so irgendwie über die Mitte spielen.
Well, might have been a better throw, but the result wasn't fantastic.
Oder so rum, da ist noch mehr Platz.
So, last stone of this third end, Andy Lang a draw for 2 shots to narrow the gap from 3-0 to 3-2. His last draw, remember, wasn't successful, ended up just short, capturing the front stone of
Ja, Nase
Scotland.
geht nicht.
Okay. Nein, ist gut.
Ja.
So, Can he do better this time?
Oh, my, yeah.
Daniel Herberg giving the ice in the house. That's where Andy Lang will be aiming at. And this stone is going to curl right across the face of that red one of his own.
And how much does that previous draw play in his mind?
I suspect at the moment he won't be thinking about Tom.
Last stone of this third end.
He's making the sweepers work hard. This looks going to be tough to get in for second shot. No, he's short again.
So maybe it did play in his mind. That's a missed opportunity again for Germany.
Bin schon bei 60, da wäre ja komplett anders in den Zeiten.
Also, den hast du ein bisschen wieder so gespielt, aber nimm einen anderen Stein.
So a chance to pick up two there. They worked it.
Well, that's the hardest force on earth.
I was just wondering whether we should run that guard into there. That was the only thing.
I know, maybe we just
made a nose hit there.
nose.
What's he doing?
Yeah, I know. Well, he's.
But you make it as great.
So it's Germany 1, Scotland 3.
So we're back here in Lofberg's Leila Arena, Karlstad. 3 shots to 1, Scotland leading over Germany in the fourth end.
Länge ist okay, Länge ist okay. Länge ist schon gut.
Danke. Nicht zu viel.
Länge ist gut.
Okay, perfekt. Ich muss noch mehr Eis geben. Das friert einfach wahnsinnig. Aber gespielt, Finn.
Also, du brauchst schon ein bisschen, aber Länge ist nicht schlecht. 3 seconds, eh?
3 is pretty good. 3, 3 or 5, make it.
So 3-2-5 is the call from David Murdoch for the lead to
Good
play.
line.
That's the
Top T. Good line. Wait through it.
speed to be checking on when he
Stop it.
goes from
All Scots.
the centre line to the
Stop it.
Clean. Stay down on it.
hog line.
Yep, you gotta go.
3.25 seconds.
Get in.
Oh man.
Stay on them, boys.
Serious.
It's just hit those flatty bits, eh?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mickey.
Was that a technical term, those flatty bits?
Well, there's some spots on the ice which Tom Brewster's looking at the moment, which he thinks are having an effect on slowing the stone down.
Platz.
Febel, 5. Bremst. Ja, jetzt. Ja, gut. Ja, kürzer.
Haarlinie! Haarlinie! Hart!
Sehr gut.
See the curl there.
Ganz schlecht. Gar
Have to sweep it to get it past. You don't want it behind the tee line, no. That's pretty much almost behind the tee line. Well, it came right round these guards and has appeared out the other side a little bit.
Yellow's okay.
Definitely see it from the other end coming the other way.
Make it.
That's what
11's about 90.
Michael Goodfellow is being asked to play with his second stone. Just to come to that red one, tap it back an inch or two, live first shot.
It's good. Whoa. Yep.
He's got plenty of weight on this one.
Gotta go.
We're just sweeping for the line here.
Clean. Whoa.
I think we've overswept Vinny.
He's trying to get them to hold off.
That's pretty nice. Keep going, Tom. Keep going.
Actually, a pretty good end result.
heavy.
No, yeah, that was a good throw. Just tracked till we
Not
cut you.
bad.
Ja. Og der var ikke så rein.
Nee, schon in.
The margins are just so tiny.
80. Ja.
So ignoring that shot. And Delang calling on Messenzel to...
90.
No. Sorry. He should be ignoring that shot, but he's not. He's hitting it.
Alex, bist du bloß fest?
He wants it gone.
Yeah, but this isn't a good call, and it's not very well executed either. But even if he had curled
Sorry.
in behind the guard of that hit and rolled, still not a fantastic shot because it would have been behind the tee line, and he needs them in front of the tee line at 3-1 down.
Yep. Meantime, let's see what's happening with the Czech Republic and France. They've played 2 ends into the third. The French skip Thomas Dufour.
Well, this is a chance for a second shot. He just needs to draw into the house to lie against that back red stone, and he will pick up his 2 points in this third
That bit's caught me again. Set.
third end. Makes it 3 shots to 2.
Sorry.
The Czech Republic lead.
Von 4.
So they get 2 back.
Aktiv 35, oder? Bei mir auch. Was hat
3-1 to Scotland in our featured
Der macht
game.
45, aber spielen aktiv. Okay.
We're into the 4th end. That's Marcus Messenzel's second
Lang.
stone.
5. Durch. Durch. Durch.
Okay, der sah schon sehr schnell aus. Herr Verrat.
Heavy as well.
Actually, a shocking shot. Terrible shot from Messenzel. I haven't got the draw weight here at all.
Like, we'll leave the yellow, it's not too bad.
Okay.
And they
What
land
do you like?
short all the time.
We'll take
Messenzel's
the
too
top one, leave the
heavy.
yellow, it's not too bad. The red's the shot, it's hurting us.
Scots are
Scott, watch
much
this.
better on the draw weight at the moment.
Let's
Yeah.
make sure the red's
Definitely the pendulum has swung in the favour of Scotland in this end. Can they take advantage of it?
Yep.
Big away!
Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
Trying to lift all 3 shots.
Great throw.
Well, very good from the perspective of Tom Brewster. Cleared the 2.
Let's have another update on Sweden against Hungary. In the third end, the Hungarian skip with the last stone. Looking to get back into this game.
So it's a draw for 2. Coming up from the Hungarians. And Christian Hall will make that shot and tie the game up at 2-2 after 3 ends. So it would be a major upset if the Hungarians were to beat
Normal.
the local team here.
Oh, barrier up's okay.
And the Hungarians not really been in this kind of situation before, have they? An up and coming team.
No, no!
Yeah.
First time in the A group.
Hard.
Georgi Nagy
Real hard!
from Hungary.
Holding their own so far in that game. And Scotland have their tails up in this one. Psychologically anyway. And they're also leading.
Well, Germany haven't made anything at all of this end. It's wide open, the game's in the house. Tom Brewster will play ends like this all day long if that's the best that the
70.
Germans can throw at them.
Sauber!
Wo, weg. Wo.
Sehr gut. Okay.
Rüberrollen können.
6 actually for Dave Murdoch.
Unless there's a clean miss from Murdoch or Brewster here, Germany are not going to get more than a 1, and they will not want to take 1, so it's probably a blank end we're heading for. Tactics generally are to try to either steal a point when you don't have last stone advantage, or to score more than 1 when you do. You get your 1 for the last shot of the end. You're trying to score more than 1 to take advantage of your opponent.
Hack! 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, okay. Normal. Okay.
Right, guys, let's make sure this is...
So. Macht nichts.
Because this one's... Yep.
Yep.
All the way. All the way hard.
Clean. Clean. Good
Come on, Tom.
Sorry, boys.
Good, Tom.
I know. Just check to see if you're awake down.
We're just playing out this end now.
Got a safe time?
Ja, alles!
He needs to hit this one and stick.
Alles! Hard! Alles! Hard! Alles! Hard!
Sweep hard to keep the line.
Bis zum Schluss.
Could be jamming onto the back one here. Well, very fortunate. That wasn't a good shot either. Lang is struggling in all fronts at the moment.
I think he was quite concerned there, as were his teammates.
Brewster throws it through to hold the last stone advantage into the next end. He'll be happy with that.
It's the hardest anyway.
And there it goes. The end is blanked.
Threw that in the last game with the
So
one.
it stays. Germany won Scotland 3 after 4 ends.
Jetzt hat die Länge weiter so.
Linie gut.
Welcome back. That was the Danish girls team who won earlier on today.
Okay.
Taking on and beating
Make
the
this, make
host
it.
nation.
Stop it. 3 seconds, you do. Yeah.
Three's good, Mikey.
And their men's team are in action this evening, so they're supporting them. But we're concentrating on Germany against Scotland. 2 teams still without a win.
Top team.
Yep, gotta go high.
Gotta go away.
Oh, you gotta go hard,
Oh,
Scott.
we're a guard.
Oh, we're all over
We're a
it.
guard.
No, we're all over it.
Well, curling on to this guard. That's definitely not what they wanted. At 3-1 ahead, they want to be further up than that.
He felt fine when he let
I
it go.
didn't think it was never that. It's definitely that.
blaming a pick up on the ice.
Bit of frustration, but it happens to everyone.
Vier. Können wir warten zum Schluss?
Staying on it.
Sehr gut. Bisschen was noch.
Jetzt Schwini gut.
Ja! Ja! Hand! 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 Weiter, weiter! Okay. Okay, Mensch.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Hat er jetzt wieder Zeit?
War ja bloß.
Finch könnte auch nicht.
Ja, aber ist halt
So Scotland having put the guard there, albeit with the aid of a
Back one
picking up of something on the ice. Now taking it off with two German stones lying behind, hoping to maybe raise to take one of the German counters out of play as well with this one.
Yep, that would be a bonus.
Really hard.
They're really cleaning up their own mess, aren't they?
Good, Mikey. Good throw.
Well, a bit, certainly.
Alright.
Hey, mate.
Definitely back.
Willst du nochmal?
Lange Gas.
Er spielt den Double hier.
Deswegen.
Would you expect Germany to be a bit more assertive in this end to try and get something?
Muss halt möglichst viel Abstand.
Well, they really need to be.
Vorne drauf.
Eben drum. Muss halt nachher dann garden, oder?
Einzelguard.
They never particularly are renowned for very aggressive tactics, the German teams. They like to play more of an open game, generally.
Ja, da musst du
Certainly Andy Capp's team did,
Ja, genau.
quite a bit. And this is really the residual bits of Capp's team, with some additional players.
And he is coaching as well, so it will be his particular style, won't it?
Lenk gut.
It looks that way.
Nee, ist gut. Da ist er.
So Messensell. Oh my goodness, do you see how much that curled? The stone curled at the end.
Das ist ja natürlich schon einiges.
Incredible. Actually, I think this ice might be a little bit soft on the top, because these stones are just curling off the park.
Normal, Tom.
I've told him.
It looks a little bit soft, even from up here when I'm sitting 2 decks up from the ice.
Yep. Hard! Whoa! 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 Attaboy. Attaboy. Good throw.
Nice
They were
throw,
hoping
Scott.
for number 3 there, but not quite, not far away.
Mike, do you know what?
Elsewhere we've got Denmark against Russia in the 4th end. And it's the Danish skip, Rasmus Sejerna, with the last stone of this 4th end.
Well, they're all struggling with a curl on the ice there. Rasmus's stone curled right across. And Russia stealing a point off of Rasmus Stern from Copenhagen.
You want to try that?
I think we maybe should, boys.
I don't have any of it, but if you want.
So the Russians in charge in that one.
Don't think we're getting it off that way.
I think that way, if you're doing it.
It's out of turn of anything.
So David Murdoch shouting out turn of anything, and Tom is now playing the intern.
Yeah.
That's good to debate
All the
it.
way. Wait. Whoa. Whoa.
Let's see where it ends up.
I think David maybe had in mind to catch the other side of it,
Just looked like it was going back.
jam it onto the front red stone as well, the one under the Gruyère AOC sign. It's not going to be easy to get it that way with the intern shot. So Herberg now
Gut, Curlen.
playing
Ja, 3.
That's a nice shot.
Geht warten.
Jetzt weiter geht's. Hart.
Curler turns the stone.
a draw shot,
3 ist gut, Männer. Hart,
trying
weiter
to
geht's.
guard the one they've got in the rings.
Hart.
Yep, decent enough placement.
Just gotta watch we don't go over the top of that right enough.
No. Just make it.
Well, if you don't like that turn, we can take the out turn.
Yep.
Oh, well, we got the out turn this time. That is the anti-clockwise rotation of the handle, so the stone will curl from right to left, the way the player views it.
Throw. Good day.
So he hurled that one down. Away goes the guard. And I'm pretty sure the guard will be being replaced once more. So Scotland have last stone. The German stone that's in the house is behind the tee line, so it's not very threatening really.
Bisschen kürzer. Drei. Gleiche Länge. Tick kürzer. Stopp. Drei. Aus. Ja. Hart. Hart. Bisschen kürzer. Hart. Hart. Hart.
You can see how much the stone's curling in the last few feet of play.
Kippt der rüber am Schluss. Es ist noch mehr kippt als der
It's
andere.
not really, although you can't see any of the shot in the house from where the player is throwing his shot, you can come round behind it quite easily and tap it back with the amount of swing we've got on the ice. It's not actually a hard shot.
Dave Murdoch's second stone.
Whoa! Whoa! Close!
Wait for your game.
No! Nothing!
Never!
Close!
Never!
Close! Let's make the roll! Yep!
Hard! Real hard, real hard!
It's okay. Yeah.
That broke big.
Sorry,
actually.
Dave, we jumped it to keep it out there.
Well, it curled a
really
long,
broke.
long
Yeah,
way.
I know I should have swept. And you
Das mit einer 40
Should they have swept sooner?
Eis.
Should they have swept?
Well,
Would it have made much difference?
Ja, ich komm's los, so wie du. So, ja.
I don't really want it to be providing any kind of assistance to where Andy Lang is coming to. But I can't understand here why he wouldn't want to play a draw just to face onto that shot. I think he's giving ice for a little more weight than that, the tap back like we saw from Murdoch. But if he could freeze it, it would be a really good shot. We have the German bench there, Andreas Kempf, Andy Kapp and the national coach Martin Beiser.
Yep. 50. Yep. Hard. Hard. Länge hard. Hard. Hard.
So to sweep this hard to get past the guard.
Hard. Bis zum Schluss. 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 Bis zum Schluss.
Oh, they lost it. Well, Scotland still lie,
Oh Mann, immer zu kurz, echt.
or do they?
It's not quite working for Andy Lang at the moment.
I think they do. I think Scotland lies one. No.
On sheet C, we have the Czech Republic against France in the fourth end. Let's see what's happening there with the Czech skip, Yuri Schnitzel.
Oh, fine. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
Has to make this shot. He's facing 4. So a hit and stick for Yuri Schnitzel.
And the Czech Republic now lead 4-2 over France.
Billy just top 4, eh?
Yep.
And there.
The finish is a hell of a lot at the end, eh?
Scotland once again looking pretty good
That was pretty good, like.
for
Yeah, don't switch.
Yeah.
No.
3, 3, 5.
at least a single point here, probably 2. 3 stones to go then for Tom Brewster and Andy Lang.
Okay.
2 for Brewster, 1 for Lang. Scotland holding the last stone advantage
Run!
at 3-1 ahead.
Run! Gotta go a wee bit.
Yep, go
In
then.
this fifth end, just
Line's
before the
good.
break.
Line's real
Line's
good,
great!
boys. Line's perfect!
Only need to bite the 4, nothing more. Make sure we bite it, top. Whoa,
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Top 4.
All Scots.
So
All
the weight,
Scots.
very important here.
Come on.
Oh, easy,
Whoa,
easy,
whoa,
easy,
whoa.
easy, easy.
Oh, boy,
Well
Tom.
judged. Good, Tom.
Good judge.
A good
Sorry.
stone from Brewster.
At the end there.
Oh, they just was.
Huge swing at the end. You can hear
They're all talking about it, aren't they?
Should have.
Murdoch and Brewster.
This is the wrong side.
Aye, wrong side. I don't mind that.
Der kommt schon rein. Also Curl wird da genug, dass du Nase kriegst.
So what are the Germans thinking now?
Überhaupt hier.
Well, they don't really like the look of this at all.
Oh.
Du kannst daher legen.
If I was German, I wouldn't like the look of it either.
Nicht schwer zum Kriegen. Er muss halt, ja, wenn er muss er da liegen.
Ich denke, du musst ihn so kriegen.
He doesn't look too unhappy.
Well, he should be, because he's losing 3-1 and in a big mess here.
Kann man den Programm fahren?
He'll be unhappy once Andy Camp's finished talking to him
Muss man Schott sein.
at the fifth end break, a couple of minutes from now.
Okay. Wie schnell?
He doesn't look very happy, does he?
Ich hätte ihn so mit 0 gespielt. Also er curlt genug.
Mach 0.
Andy Lang needs to pull something out of the bag here.
Mit 0.
Okay.
So.
So he's just going to try and come down, push that yellow through the gap, maybe catch the other one on the way past to try and leave himself lying 2.
Good deal.
Mit 0. Mit 0. Leicht außen treffen.
And Scotland have the last stone here. So they could be in for a biggish end if this doesn't come off. Could pick up 2 or 3, certainly 2.
Very important stone for the German skip Andy Lang.
Musket past the guard. This is curling a long way now. He could be on the guard. He is on the guard.
Straight away that seemed to curl a long way.
Well, they're misreading this ice. It's curling a lot. I think he might have just ducked it in slightly when he let go. But my goodness, it took off, ripped the guard off, and now Scotland have got a free draw to the 8-foot to outcount that red one in the back for another 3-pointer to give them a 6-1 advantage at the break. Not through any fantastic play of theirs, I must say, more through the rank awful play of Germany. Andy Lang is just having a horrible game.
And this should be bread and butter for Tom Brewster.
Line's good.
Line's perfect.
Last stone of this fifth
Oh,
end.
Scott.
Looking for 3. We're
Bit of
collapsing
fall.
on the way.
Go on, Scotty. Come on, Scott, it's there. Come on, it's there. It's there for fun. Come on, go, go, go. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Jesus, come on.
It's not there, I don't think.
2?
No. 2 it will be.
Good sweep. Yeah, sorry.
And that could be seen as a missed opportunity for Scotland.
Yeah.
This one is possible, like.
What was the time?
I think just like
2 yellow.
like 700 stones.
So 5-1 the score. Scotland over Germany. Very comfortable position to be in
That's
at
just
this
about here.
fifth end break.
Oh, it's just slippy.
It is a wee bit
Oh,
easier.
I'm having really
But Germany
trouble keeping up
still
with the
in
field.
there. 5-1. Can still catch them, but it's a nice position for Scotland. 5 ends. Germany 1, Scotland 5. Last stone of this first end.
1 yellow.
Stick for one shot.
Yeah.
First shot on the board.
Ich hätte jetzt auch 80 gesagt.
80, oder?
Into the second end. And Andy Lang with the last stone for Germany.
Ja!
Looking to secure with his draw. But it didn't make it. Disappointment for Germany. It's 2 more to Scotland.
70, huh?
70 brauchen wir, ja.
70, ja.
Third end, again, the onus on Germany's Andy Lang.
Sehr gut. Karl 4.
Out! Out! Out!
Ja, dann gibt's einen. Ich bin schon
And
bei
again,
60.
a missed opportunity.
Ich bin schon bei 60, aber ja komplett anders mit dem Zeit.
So after 5, Germany won.
Ein bisschen wieder so gespielt, aber nimm einen anderen Stein.
Let's update you on what's happening elsewhere. On sheet A, Norway 5, Switzerland 2 at the 5th. Sweden 2, Hungary 2. Hungarians going well. Czech Republic 4, France 2. And on sheet E, Russia are beating Denmark 3-1.
Ja, ich. Danke.
Alles im grünen Bereich. Achso, lass mir aussehen. Alles im grünen Bereich. Ihr spielt saurot vorne raus. Es ist alles gut. Du musst jetzt meinen Arschloch kriegen.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on.
Oh, fuck's sake, Greg, come on.
Thanks.
You don't do fifth man duties.
But you know, just be cool. Don't be that hard and everything. Just take it. You know that. Happy smile. Be happy, man. Be happy. Be happy.
Big happy smile. VHS.
Be happy.
I'll line up when you're there.
BHT. BLT. CLT. Everything.
Oh, you'll be marked down for support.
Good now.
Good man.
Soren, can you please fill up my water bottle? He's refusing. No, big fan that one. Because that one there. Eh?
Let's look at the stats after those 5 ends between Germany and Scotland. And Scotland ahead, as you would expect, in everything, Richard.
Yes. 81% on the hits and 71 on the draws, 77 overall, which is pretty respectable. And the lowish 60s for Germany, which isn't very good. In fact, I think it perhaps flatters them a little bit.
I didn't expect it to be quite as good as that, actually.
No.
But Andy Capp will be, I dare say, saying a few words about that. Plenty of sugar for the Scots for energy. The Germans have their bananas. And the Scots have their supporters. Hello everyone, enjoying the show so far? If you're Scottish, then it's good news.
Looks like a couple of little halves being consumed there.
Here to enjoy themselves. And the scoreboard looks good from Scotland's point of view. There's the results in each end. And it's really been more about mistakes than brilliant play.
Much more than the last game.
About 3 seconds, eh? Yep.
So what the respective coaches have been saying leading up to this next end, Richard? Firstly, Soren Gran of Scotland.
Well, he's aware that Tom often is a bit hard on himself and on his players, so he certainly told them to ease off a little bit.
Yep, can be very intense. And Andy Capp?
Well, he should be giving them a good going row, really.
Yep.
Wait, real good.
Stay down on
You
it.
need a rocket up them.
Stay down on it, Scott.
Wait, real good.
This is where his last one stopped. Yep.
You've got no grounds for being happy at all with that performance. So, and Andy Lang could be a pretty good player. I don't know why he's so wayward tonight, but he certainly is.
Good throw, Mike. Greg. You could tell Soren I've found the glove. I found the glove.
Linie gut. 2.
Nee, so.
Wow.
Wenn wir jetzt besser
Viel
läuft,
können.
ist er drin. Vorne 12.
Ja.
Vorne 12.
Ja. Hab.
Vorne 8, vorne 4.
Ja.
T-Line, T-Line. Haben wir zum
Seid
Findball
ihr das
gesagt.
End, hä?
Ja, haben wir zum Findball gesagt, weil es unser Fehler ist, dass er schneller ist.
Normal. Feels good.
Whoa, missing. Whoa.
Oh, Mike.
Not sure about this shot for
Hard
Scotland.
top. Hard top. Hard top. Hard, 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 hard. Come on, real hard. I've got it. Don't bite. Don't bite.
It's out all right.
Just a hair back in it.
In the
Just
fifth
slid
end
wide as well.
of the game
Yeah,
between
did that.
Denmark and Russia. Let's catch up with what's been happening there. The Danes were trailing Gladstone of this fifth end.
Chance to get right back in the game with this one. He can hit for 3.
And he gets it. Fantastic for Denmark. They're right back in that one. Denmark 4, Russia 3. They take the lead.
Good.
5-1 in our featured game. You're watching live coverage from the Gruyère European Curling Championships, coming to you live from the Lufberg Lela Arena in Karlstad, Sweden.
Yeah.
It's Germany against Scotland, second series of round robin matches.
So keep it clear is the name of the game for Scotland in this.
We've still got to believe
Next
that's
few
going
end.
to curl if he's going into out. Okay. Fine, Scott. It's always going to curl into out, even with it. It's okay.
Such a perfectionist, Tom Russo. 65% for Marcus, and that tells its own story.
This well, we've seen him miss a few draws. He'll be next for retirement from this old cap team.
A couple of good shots, and those percentages go right back up again.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay.
I think they found the ice quite difficult tonight.
So Scott Andrews.
Yeah,
Second
gotta go.
for Scotland. They're right onto it to try and
Yep.
hold the line. Clear this one out of there. Oh my goodness, he's a bit of bad luck catching them
You
on
did
and out.
help. Sorry.
No real harm done though.
You maybe could have.
5-1 ahead. And he's got the guards out in the corner now. Germany, I think, have to try and re-establish a centre guard from
Egal, kannst
Messenzel.
schon mal eine Guard spielen.
Ja, spiel nochmal den Guard. Zurück hier.
The onus is on Germany to try and
Sit somewhere
Do
out
something.
there.
Ja, ist gut, gell? Hinter mir.
These corner guards are not a great deal of use to the Germans at the moment.
Zwei.
Ja. Linie gut. Sieht länger aus. Sieht länger
Gut,
aus.
Länge gut. 3. Länge ist gut. Ein kleines bisschen länger, als du zeigst. Bis auf dem L. Bis auf dem L.
Wow.
Okay.
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 Ja, ist schon gut. Sonst ist
4 inches.
Yeah, okay, yep. Sorry, didn't see that.
Here's Dave Murdoch's accuracy, 87% at third.
Yep.
Pretty good stuff.
Sorry, Scott.
That's okay.
You just steered it a wee bit, and I thought it was going to do a bit more than that.
Yeah.
Just
Jetzt ist ein bisschen mehr, ja. Zeitraum. 80? Ja. 85 für mich, oder?
Daniel Herberg playing third in it. Probably the best out of the quartet at the moment, but still only 70% accuracy.
Oh, niemals. Niemals. 12. Niemals. Wow.
See that swinging,
Gut sehen. Okay.
still curling a long way.
Mikey.
Just watch this doesn't jump on its own.
Yeah. Normal! Normal!
Close.
close.
Telling them to hold off at the moment,
Please.
and here they go.
Oh, anything inside's good.
How about Dave?
Attaboy, Dave. Good throw.
Good day. Good day.
That's all right.
That was a good throw.
Yeah, I like that. It's still moving.
Sorry
there,
about
right?
Scots. He slid narrow, steered it a wee touch, and I just thought it would. I really thought it would do a lot more than it did. Just did nothing.
Herberg's second stone.
Fast tief. Yep. Yep. Jetzt Länge. Hart. Ja. Hart. Braucht alles. Hart. Was geht? Hart, so weiter geht. Hart, Männer.
And they are working hard at this one. And he lines out too.
Rein damit.
He's got to get it in the house.
It's not going to make it.
Was war der? 65. Zeit oder so.
Let's go here then.
Yeah, don't
Well,
come forward. I love there.
Right.
Because if he goes, as long as we
Let's try and keep it in the
there.
4 foot, eh? I'm going to throw my number 6 because I definitely think it's going to be a bit more.
It's not you that doesn't know that. It's the fact that comes stood behind me and just.
Give him a 6.
So another door opens for Scotland.
Bite the 4 foot if we can, guys.
Okay. Just D-line.
Quite happy making a double. Keeps it in the opening. Yeah, or short, or level.
Okay. Wait, 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Wait's good.
Tom Brewster, game accuracy 69%.
Played. Looks plenty.
Quite as good as the rest.
No.
Back 8.
Oh,
Fully back 8.
whoa.
Curling now.
Needs it to curl.
It's to stop if he wants to have it counting. It's in the house.
Good job. Yeah. I thought you were going to be alright with it.
What was
And
that?
that was a mistake.
7.
Just did something different.
Eingespielt,
Mit
dass
0
man besser kontrollieren kann. Ja.
Würden wir jetzt machen. Ja.
So maybe Germany can make something of this now.
Daran kann ich teilhaben.
So.
Gut. Jetzt haben wir einen Vollmer hinter den Haufen. Oh, ein paar Corner gehabt.
Okay, 0.
Andy Lang needs to come up with something, get his team back into this. 47%, that's pretty poor
Wo? Dranbleiben.
in such an important position.
Weg,
Das
weg,
ist
weg, 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 weg. Gefällt nicht.
Tja,
Okay.
diesmal hat er nicht gekürzt.
And they're both gone.
Jetzt wohl positiv.
Not helpful for his team.
Yeah, they were. I would give
Back
more.
to there, Tom. That's okay.
I would give
Forces
more
one.
because I think you can switch and get it going.
That forces one.
Yes.
Still like in 3 seconds. 3, 5.
Just a hair less. I don't need a lot less, do I?
No, not a lot.
Tom Brewster's last stone
Line's
Stop
good.
it! Yep, line.
of the
Line's
sixth
real good.
end,
Keep it running.
trying to limit German
Go, go.
opportunities.
Yep.
Yep. Hard line. Go, Scotty, it's real good.
Hard line.
Come on, really good.
Come on, boys.
Line's great.
Real
Gotta go,
hard,
Tom, gotta
real
go.
hard, real hard.
Really hard. Clean.
Okay, okay, we're good, we're good.
Great sweep.
Seemed like a slight element of panic there, but it made it.
Good sweeping from these guys. Goodfellow and Andrews. I know they put a lot of time into the power of sweeping. They're in the gym a lot. And right down on the brush there. Powering it past the guard. Oh my goodness, it was a close one. Phew.
I heard you can lose up to 1,000 calories sweeping during a game, Richard.
That would be a start.
A lot of energy. So if he makes this, then the Germans have been forced to take just one.
Well, this is another. Another. Oh well, it stopped. I thought it was too heavy.
It did look like that for a while, but they have got their one. Cause for a minor celebration, just minor, because they've a long way to go in this one. If they're to catch Scotland after 6 ends, it's Germany 2, Scotland 5. Other games, there's the latest, Norway-Switzerland, Norway 6, Switzerland 2, 6 ends, Sweden 3, they've edged ahead in the game against Hungary 2, and the Czech Republic won this morning and going well against France, leading 5-2. And in the other game, it's Denmark 4, Russia 3. Danish fans.
Yep.
Enjoying the action. Our feature game between Germany and Scotland. Scotland leading 5-2 after 6 ends. You're listening to Alison Walker and Richard Harding bringing you live commentary on this game. Second men's draw.
Good line. Wait's good. Room. Wait's good. Room.
Wait's real good.
Turn the room. Turn the room.
All day, all day, all day.
Turn the room. Stop. Oh, as late as you can leave it.
Gotta go. Hard day.
Out, Scott.
Scotland. Hard day. Go, 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 go.
That's good, Mikey. That's perfect, mate. Nice shot.
Good sweep, mate.
That's better, Mike.
Good throw, Mikey. I was better. That felt like a game.
You did, sir.
What was that?
Actually, I had just 3 of 3.
Still a lot of debate, Richard, about the pace and the ice, and almost after every single shot.
Well, they just want to get the stones in exactly the right position, so they're always talking about the speed.
But they seem surprised every time.
Yep.
There he goes.
And the ice can change, so they're also discussing it so that they're aware of what the speed's like for the next player if they have to make a draw shot. So Andy Lang wanted 2 guards out in front. He told us at the break between the last end and this end. And, well, he told his team anyway, but we were listening. So he's got them. And, of course, at this stage, with second stone of the lead, these stones cannot be removed from play from in front of the house. So Goodfellow trying to repeat his first stone with another the same. That's why they want to know the speed.
Bigger line!
So one of these guys on the brushes will be keeping an eye on what the speed is for Goodfellow's draw.
Round it? Yep. Well, we're round it anyway. Let's keep the front teeth. Yep.
We're definitely round it.
Hard!
Speed swinging.
Around the stone on the forefoot.
No.
Well, not really
Just
what
back
they
a touch
wanted,
on that one.
because
Just a
it's
wee bit
behind
more
the
weight.
tee line, but
Could still be quite useful.
Yep.
he threw that one a bit heavier. They're having a real struggle on the ice to get the weight, and this one just goes in behind the other one. And even in 3 or 4 feet, it curled a foot and a bit. So certainly swinging.
Länge gut. Weit außen. Brauche bitte. Drauf.
This one looks slow to me.
Nur 3. Nur 3.
Well, it's a
Freeze auf den.
pretty poor shot. He's got massive swing on that stone.
Ich glaube, der hat was drunter gehabt.
That was a bit of a misjudgment.
Ich glaube, der hat was drunter gehabt.
Ich glaube so. Das war nicht normal.
Ja. Der
Well,
liegt so komisch weg.
Der war nicht
he
normal.
needs guard certainly to have much chance of scoring any points or more than 1 point with, or stealing a point even here, because Germany don't have last stone. That's with Scotland. And that's Vitrich as the head ice maker. Eric Montfort is assistant on the right.
Good throw.
Kurt Hedin, the local ice maker here in Karlstad Curling Club.
And it's
We're not in the club, of course.
It's not just about making the ice, it's about monitoring and maintaining and making sure it's right every single day. It's a
Well, it
continuing
is.
job.
But I've seen better ice than this tonight, I have to say. This is not the best stuff.
Braucht Länge.
It's hard to play.
But you want to make it challenging for the players, don't you?
No,
you want to see
make
good
it
play.
You really
and
want to
fair.
make it fair, and it needs to be. It looks to me to be a bit soft, and the problem then is that some stones can react a little bit different from others, and it makes some of the players
It's
look
consistency.
really not as if they're not very good. Now tonight there is 1 or 2 that aren't very good, but I don't think ice is helping them either. Stones are running, I think, a little bit differently because the ice is a bit soft.
No double, okay.
To turn on the power, put some more Swedish crowns in the meter.
I don't know if I like that.
You would think Hans will be thinking things like this
that's
too,
better.
and we'll
Those
have a look at it for tomorrow perhaps.
They're also struggling with the water. It is pure, there's absolutely no impurities in it, but it seems to be giving them a greasy surface a bit.
Yep. Gotta go, guys, all the way hard.
Which seems somewhat
Gotta
ironic.
go. Really hard.
This has got some welly.
Okay.
Okay, Scott.
Well, opens it up.
Frustration.
Scotland line 2 and leading 5-2 in this 7th end, but they don't want to let it get too much bottled up. That's the only chance Germany have got, really, or the best chance they've got of trying to steal a point or score more than 1. And I really don't know why he's hitting this.
Yep. Hard.
He's trailing 5-2. And he has to have the shooter sticking around in the house, and out it goes. So that is just more advantage to Scotland.
Let's check on sheet B, Sweden against Hungary. Again, it's the Hungarian skip with the last stone. In the 6th end.
3-2 the score at the moment. And this Yellowstone in the sixth end misses, and against Nicholas Edin, the Hungarians give up a steal of 4 points. So 3-2 down to 7-2 down for Christian Hall.
Bad miss for Hungary. That could be the deciding end that determines the outcome of the match. Scotland are 5-2 up here in the 7th.
Sorry.
Good, Dave.
They're also polite in curling, aren't they?
Oh yes, we're very polite, Alison.
Like that. That's much better.
Komm mit! Mach 0 und gib mir Eis!
Okay.
Ja.
So
90! 90!
Daniel Herberg hitting this Yellowstone, needing the roll in behind the guard for a chance to score 2, but they're too late with this. They really can do nothing right. Had the chance there to hold it, let it roll in behind the guard, but instead it hits on the nose. So more advantage Scotland. And Murdoch will be looking just to play the same shot, or perhaps roll to the right a little bit as he looks at it.
It's been 87% percentage accuracy, so it's been playing well.
And they misjudged it too. Just hit on the nose, giving a small chance for Andy Lang to hit and roll in behind that Yellowstone, sitting just in front of the house. That's the aim, but neither of them can make it work.
You know why? Because it was an absolute screamer of a connection. Like, I got everything going. It was big at weight. Like.
So, can Andy Lang make a 2-point shot? A 100% shot tonight. Haven't seen any so far.
He could do with it, even just for his confidence.
He has to get the hit and roll in behind the guard. It's going to be on the nose though.
Okay.
That was where Czech Republic against France in the 6th end.
The Czechs leading 5-2 at that stage. Thomas Dufour playing the last stone here for the French team. And he needs to hit and stick for 2, but instead peels it out and runs, just taking a single point.
Who's good? Control!
Not what he wanted at that stage.
Whoa! Yeah!
5-2 in our feature game. Coming towards the end of the 7th end.
No roll.
Good.
I'll do it.
Well, that wasn't particularly good from Tom Brewster,
Further out, that just took off.
because he has brought the stone closer in terms of the roll to the front stone that is providing cover as a guard. So Andy Lang has a chance to hit and roll in behind this Yellowstone. Just going to hit that Yellowstone of Scotland and roll in behind the other one. That's the aim, forcing Brewster to just draw against it for a single point.
Yep.
Andy Lang come up with this time. He's not had the best of games.
Well, he
schon so, der das
It had rolled, but it went the wrong way. It's wide open for Brewster to hit and run out the house, which would let him continue to hold the last stone, going into the 8th end with a 3-point advantage. So it's definitely Scotland in the driving seat here.
So last stone of the 7th end from the Scottish skip, Tom Brewster.
Clean, Just clean.
Heard the plan.
Real nice throw, Tom. I'll do it.
And it's executed.
0.
Black 10, that means it remains Germany 2, Scotland 5. Scotland with the hammer going into the 8th end. Welcome back, live coverage of our featured game, Germany against Scotland. There's some Italian fans watching on.
Ja.
Germany with it all to do in this game, in this 8th end.
Tom Brewster is out shooting his opponent, Andy Lang, by 69% to 51 after 7 ends.
Nice. Top 4.
Good line. Yep. Yeah, sitting down, guys. Gotta go. Does that every time.
Come to work hard at this one, though. Pulling it along.
Every time coming up that side, it seems to just sit in.
Has been a problem on every occasion.
It's just a pig.
I think
I need to use it for hitting, like. It's a pig of a rod. We'll keep throwing it. You can see it just keeps biting.
So we can hear them blaming that stone, number 1 stone in this yellow batch.
Daniel Muller, the lead for Germany. He's a sports soldier and a student.
Länge gut.
Sports soldier.
Schon gut. Länge ist gut.
Is er noch?
That means you can go in the army and just do sport.
Okay, that's it.
Maybe it makes it easier to train and get time off.
Well, I certainly know that the
I think I like
army
that.
have a
That's what we're
barracks in
gonna have to do.
Füssen in Germany, very close to the curling club, across the road actually. So,
And that makes it very handy.
well, it does, yes.
And there's his opposite number, my good fellow.
Struggling with the draws, as we heard earlier there tonight.
Gotta go a wee bit. Yeah,
Make sure he's in anyway. Line's good now.
We're real good.
Whoa.
We're real good.
Whoa.
We're real good.
This side glides different. Fight the 4.
Not a boy. That his first is horrible. So
Yeah.
horrible.
I think it is a rocket. Aye.
it just feels like a phone lighter when you put your hand.
So they're dwelling on the
Motion
actual stone as opposed to the ice.
Freeze ist nicht schlecht.
I'll have a word with Mr. Murdoch after this.
60, oder? Ja, 55.
We are
Yep.
of course, responsible for the curling stones, working with the World Curling Federation. So
They are the same for everyone.
I think we've got a difficult patch of ice down the right-hand side as we look at it from Tom Brewster's and Andy Lang's view. So if they get the chance, they could switch the stones round and play the other one down that side, and then might find they're not quite so bad.
Let's get some more updates for you. And it is over. Sweden against Hungary, and Sweden have beaten Hungary 8-2. I think the damage was really done in that sixth end when Hungary lost out, and Sweden got those 4 shots, and they have secured that win over the Hungarians. Another important win for the home team.
Sorry guys. Bad flight. Bad flight.
Ja, das ist okay.
Ja.
Ja, kann eigentlich fast die gleiche Länge kommen. 60.
What about that comparison, Richard?
Well, Scott Andrews playing very well tonight. 97% of the draws, so he's not having such a bad night on the ice for drawing like some of the others, although he's hardly had any draw shots, it has to be said. 2 draw shots, in fact.
Well, that's why sometimes these percentages are a little... Or certainly open to interpretation.
2 draw shots and 9 hits Scott Andrews played so far.
Okay.
Yep. Hard! Okay.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, that works. That's okay.
Sorry, boys.
Sorry.
I like that,
Beg your
Scott.
pardon, I give you slightly wrong information. The 2 draw shots and 12 hits Scott Andrews has played, so it's hitting.
Yeah.
At number 2, that's quite common. A lot more hitting than in the other positions. Murdoch, 2 draw shots and 12 hits as well. By contrast, Goodfellow, 10 draw shots and 4 hits.
Komm schon. Komm von alleine.
Ja, nix, warten.
Sicher 2.
Komm schon noch.
Nur 2.
Komm schon.
Germany have got a little bit of the game running their way here, with some stones in play at least, which they desperately need. Well, that one's curling just ridiculously at the end. Too far.
There's lots of red stones.
Yep, that's one thing in their favour this time. They need that. They need that.
Go have a look if you want, Dave. We've got tons of time.
I'm scared we'll go for the double. It runs through and hits our yellow.
Go have a look if you want.
I'm seeing the screen.
He wants to try the
So
double.
that would play the end turn.
Yeah, I think he's quite right, despite what David Murdoch's been saying.
Well, probably better option.
Straight peel's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, catch the wide one, Dave.
And David Murdoch playing 88% tonight. Very nice
Hard!
shot play.
Oh boy.
Good
And
job.
he'll get 100% for that one. Clearing both the guards and shooter running out of play. So finding a bit of form.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent in this game.
Gleiche Länge, oder? Ja, Länge war gut.
And Daniel Herberg has struggled a bit,
Nicht gut.
as have the whole German team.
Tick kürzer.
Bisschen kürzer.
It's not been happening for them.
Yep. Etwas kürzer.
Oh, ja. Gehört zu viel.
2. Nur sauber. Nur sauber. 2. Nur sauber.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Eventually they're going to play the inside.
so that stone of Germany's
Let's go for it, boys.
back in the centre line again.
Don't know if we need to go do it, but
Well, go for the peel. He's got to be really good to do that. If he does that, we're in a bit of trouble. Well, he's last. Angle's just done really nice for us.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a shot we should be trying, running them into the park. So you either try and hit that on the nose. See
Yeah,
that, or you
we
just
do
pick
this.
that one clean over the top.
No call timer?
Yeah, if you want.
So they want a little bit of discussion on this. And they've called for
See that, you go there.
their coach.
I don't like that.
well then
And here
I
he
know
comes.
today then. You can only see like half.
No,
that
no,
way.
I like there.
Just a
If you hit and roll, it's half stone.
Jeez, if
Yeah,
you
here,
crack
but-
into the top one and skitter out, it's not very nice.
You do well to get to there. Because I didn't know today. You can't see a lot, but like
I just saying,
Thanks
like,
a
you,
lot, eh?
you go for that and you catch an inch of this,
Yeah.
move it to here and you roll out yourself, we're in deep trouble.
We'll be
I don't
honest,
like
we're in a wee bit of trouble,
I
anyway.
don't like, no, I know, but I don't like that
I
shot.
tell you, Anton freezes. What's he doing? He's going to have to battle the red.
I know, but Hinton freeze, if you overcurl and sit in the top one or
Well,
anything
what
like
happens
that,
if you
we're
do
dead,
this? In turn, you do that. You got in turn freeze,
but I don't like Hinton.
or we peel the guard.
Problem with Hinton freeze is, unless you're perfect,
Or we hit this in the nose,
he's still
if we
in
can
a
get
good
it on the nose.
position. But, the whole thing about that is, so if you really go to try and stick it, like you catch it, you feather that, it's not very nice.
Okay.
Yes, Soren, I think you're right. Peel the
I don't
guard
mind the
off.
guard. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
he's got to make this. Then we've still got this double.
Yeah.
So he doesn't. He makes the hit. No, we've got the
He's
double.
guarding with the next.
I know, but
Then he's not going for that roll, he's going for the nose hit.
Yeah, you've got to take the guard off here, as Tom said right at the beginning of that discussion. The angles are not really very nice for them, whichever, if they try any kind of play with these stones in the house, it can end up being really a bit ugly for them. So the guard is going.
Beautiful.
And Murdoch, pretty adept at that shot. No issue
Nice
for him.
shot.
Was that what he wanted to play, though?
I love it when the brush goes down.
I don't think he was subjecting too much about that. But he certainly didn't like the angles that it could end up in the house. And of course the guard would have been left there still to cause some difficulties potentially. And it was acting as a full guard for these stones in the house, so it's definitely the best thing to do to get rid of it. And Andy Lang is
hard. Let's do it.
running out of shots here.
And running out of ends.
Hard.
Rüber ist er, dann ab, ab.
Donnerstag.
Sauber, nur sauber.
Donnerstag. Ja,
Wo,
ja, ja.
wo.
Okay.
Okay. Gut, sehr gut.
So 3 stones to go. Scotland lie 1.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Much of this you got?
Oh, not much. An edge.
It's actually, you'll be no worse off.
Well, to be honest, we pull the guard, and if he makes that there, right, we're in trouble. We're playing a double at Scotland or one.
Problem is, Colin, if we come in and sit there,
Aye.
he's playing bang in there.
No, but he can't see it. Much you got of this?
I can see it now.
Oh, like,
An inch?
edge.
Okay.
If I come into there and move that an inch, that doesn't matter what he's doing with that.
Well, he's chipping this. But we still got this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dave, even if I rub that, Even if I come to half of that,
Yeah.
onto there.
Yeah. Just weld it up. It's just a button draw.
Doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure they have their own view.
It'll hold and then it'll break.
If we pull the guard here, then we've got 4 foot for one. Or a double. I don't like pulling the guard here. No. I think we go in.
Freeze.
Yeah, I think so.
Keys the line here, boys.
This is the way it's been. 3 seconds.
So, pretty much the freeze on the shot that's already there is the shot that's been called.
And what you were saying, Richard, from the comparisons and the percentages.
69 to 51, it's a big difference at skip.
But Brewster hasn't been amazing.
Perfect. Gonna go.
Hard conditions tonight, though. That's partly to do with the
Real hard.
low percentages.
Good.
Real hard.
Come on, Mike.
Hard, boys.
Every inch, Mike.
Well, he's short here, he needed to be right up.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Okay.
Swept. Good sweep.
That's okay.
Now the big question is whether
I heard
Andy
that.
Lang
No, I
can
was
tap that
positive through
onto
it.
there with enough
I definitely gave it.
pace to
You're
push
playing
it
the
through
first
and pick up 3.
It's fine though.
What was it?
If his accuracy in the game so far is anything to go by, he's certainly not going to make this shot.
Eis, das Eis? Ja, das kommt schon positiv. Wir müssen ihn schon auch außen treffen. Ja, weil ich
But
brauche
it's
ja ein bisschen.
certainly there, needs what I would call in the old days a running stone at this.
20, wenn lieber. Ja, wobei 30 ist okay.
Yeah, you can see it, I think.
Well, he can see, they asked how much he could see, and he can only see a fraction, just, maybe an inch of the red stone, but it curls so much that he can tap it on without too much trouble. As long as he passes the guard by an inch or two, it will swing there, and it will pop the red onto yellow, and Germany could, if they just get the weight right as well, needs to be accurate on weight and direction, and so far he's been not accurate on either of those things tonight. So.
But if this comes off, Germany could be right back in this game, right back in it, in the most unlikely of circumstances. But we'll see what happens.
He's certainly got a nice weight for the shot, just needs to curl a bit more for him. It's a bit wide, I think, a bit too wide.
But
Yeah. So, it's 1 for Scotland at the moment, with the chance to draw for 2.
too wide of that guard. I think he was hoping it would swing just a bit more.
Wasn't an easy shot, but he could have been like 3 there, maybe. It was a very difficult shot, actually, in the circumstances.
Especially with the way the conditions have been.
That side, do you?
He had about the right weight on it, though. Just
I'm
needed to be
I'm
tighter to the
confident with
guard.
this.
If he'd been tight to that guard coming past it, he would have made the shot.
I'm comfier with this.
Yeah, I'm happy
than the
with
hack.
this.
So 1 point for Scotland in the bag.
3 seconds,
Yes,
just a wee bit
I will.
wider out.
It's not much. It's only like.
Yeah, go 95 though.
If he gets 2 here, they could just about finish.
So last stone
To
of
be-
this 8th
Line's
end.
good.
Used to be a good draw weight
Line
here.
on me.
No.
Line's perfect.
No.
Line's real good.
Whoa, let it stop. Stay with it. Whoa.
Line's good.
Oh, Scott!
Not far away, this one.
Scott
Line's
only.
good.
Scott only. Line's perfect, boys. T-line.
All Scots.
T-line. T-line.
Oh, a
Come
great
on,
draw
Colin.
shot from
Atta
Tom
boy.
Brewster.
Great draw.
Fantastic draw there.
boys. 2 yellow. Thanks, Arnie. Cheers.
And enough's enough. The Germans call it a day.
Yep, 2 for Scotland, and that is it. End of the game, victory for Scotland over Germany. Their first win in this round robin. It finished Germany 2, Scotland 7.
Yeah, boy. Good. I can tell you, I threw that. I threw a lot on that, by the way. Definitely slowing up that side. Yeah. Cheers.
So, some family members of the Scottish team there. Bit happier than after the first game, as Scotland win 7 shots to 2. We will cross over to the Norway-Switzerland game in a moment. So we are going to join the Norway versus Switzerland game on sheet A. And the score is 6 shots to 5 for Norway. An extraordinary scoreline. Switzerland get 2 in the first and 3 in the 7th. And Norway get 6 points in a row in the second, third, fourth and fifth. So I think generally these scores tell me that conditions are quite difficult tonight. And some hard shots, difficult to play accurate shots when you can't get a consistent draw weight in your stones. So Sven Michel, he was in Moscow last year, skip for Switzerland. 24 years old. And did a whole lot of bother here. The Swiss are lying first shot, but Ulsrud only needs to catch a piece of that and run himself. He is going to get 3 here to go 9-5 ahead. I don't Well, he might be able to chip it out and keep his shooter in play and pick up 4. But he's certainly going to get 3 as long as he doesn't jam it on the red ones at the back. Which, of course, is what Sven Michel was playing for, to try to get that to happen. So, can he pick this out cleanly and pick up 3 points? Possibly game-winning points. Not far away. Oh no, he said, he's spilled the 2 out behind. Only gets 2. But moves ahead to an 8-5 advantage. Threw plenty of weight at it. So back to the game. End number 9. And Norway now leading Switzerland 8-5. Norway, the reigning European champions from last year's event in Moscow. Havard and Pettersson, lead player for Norway, is playing the stone into the front of the house. They want to keep the play in the house now with a 3-shot advantage. No point in having anything out in front. The Swiss require some cover. Lead player, Florian Meister. So Howard just throwing that one through. Sorry, it wasn't Florian, it was Simon Gempler. Florian's the alternate, not playing in this game. Simon Gempler putting out the other corner guard here. Christopher Sve, second for Norway. Takes the guard off. Turn of Sandro Trolli to replace the guard. She does successfully. goes the guard once more. One stone in play, belonging to Norway, just on the button there. We can go across quickly to Czech Republic against France. And Yuji Schnittel is 7-3 ahead at the 8th end. This the last stone in the 8th end from Thomas Dufour. Double take out. The shooter runs out the house, and France will pick up a single point to narrow their score to 7-4. Another go at clearing away the guards. Sorry, clearing away the stones. There's one guard remaining there, just over the hog line, which we can't quite see in our picture. There it is, bottom right as we look at it. And the stone of Norway's in the 4-foot. Claudio Petz, third man for Switzerland. So he gets round the guard, but not quite far enough to be in the house, so it's not much good to him there. Ulsrud not removing the guard any longer. Just going to play another stone into the house on the left-hand side. Third man for Norway, Torger Nergard.
Linja fin. Ja, hvis du hadde meldt det litt før, så kunne vi jo gått da.
Well, this one's moving along quite briskly. Needs to stop. Doesn't curl quite as much as he might have liked either. Bit heavy. However, they do lie to. Torger, long-time third player for Ulsrud, many years together. In fact, the team have been together a long time too. Probably one more year or 18 months, and they will possibly finish up after the Olympics in Sochi in February 2014. It's a big commitment to play at the top level now, and these guys have done it for a long time. They're heading to 40-ish. Nice shot there from Petz.
So be it.
So Norway lying second and third shots here.
Jeg tror ikke det. Du får kontakt med den røde, det er såpass lang avstand, så ryker det dessverre alt. Da går den røde ned, men da so be it. Da får han en freebie-dragning rundt.
Switzerland have last stone. Definitely hope to pick up two here and one in the last. Try and steal one. Tie the game 8-8. But I think Ulsrud has other ideas about that. 76% for Thomas Ulsrud tonight. Listening a big hit at this one. Just trying to pick it out cleanly, which he does beautifully. Great shot from Ulfrud. So only skip stones remaining for Switzerland. Sven Michel. This was skip. Pets, third man. So Michel only 62% tonight.
Oh. Oh. Linie is good.
It's absolutely vital that he freezes. Absolutely vital that he freezes this, and he comes up way short. And I just can't believe there's so many loose shots being played without there being some problems with the ice conditions. Because that's a really poor shot from Sven Michel at this stage. It's just horrible.
Han får den alltid hvis ikke vi... Da må vi tyte ut på andre siden da, Paul. Vi har mer å gå på her. Hæ? Ja, han kan godt dra ut på her, men han dårligere Paul. Ja, dårlig stand. Ja, nå har jeg farten, tror jeg. Nå skal jeg gi dere en passe enda her.
So last stone here in the 9th end for Thomas Ulfrud from Norway.
Easy. Voila!
Just trying to curl around this garden.
Oh!
Lie 3.
Oh!
There's plenty of weight. He's going to go behind the tee and provide a spot for Michel to draw to.
Hæ? Nei, det kan ikke mye.
So Sven Michel has to make this draw. Just come to that red stone of Thomas Ulfrud. So particularly needs to be the right line. This one needs to curl a bit, I think. It should do. I like the line. That's the main thing. It's good weight too. Perfectly played from Michel. And it will be a single point for Switzerland in the 9th end to narrow the score line from 8-5 to 8-6 with one end remaining.
Das Eis ist nicht mehr so einfach für ihn nach am Schluss. Schauen wir mit 2.
So final end of this round-robin game between Norway and Switzerland. Norway leading 8-6.
Inn der, og så over på Åste. Det var altfor lett.
Okay, ja. Han kjører egentlig årstrikk mot oss. Ja, oppe! Ja. Gjennom!
So Havard just throwing it through. Not confident about just touching that yellow guard stone and moving it to the side of the playing area. So leaving it alone and just throwing through. Doesn't want any stones in play in case they get in the way of removing Swiss stones.
Ja, cheer.
Switzerland have to get 2 in this end to take it to an extra end.
Cannot be stopped.
So they got the guards out nicely, but they need to steal 2, which is a pretty tall order.
Let's see what's happening with Denmark and Russia. 9th end. Denmark leading 7-4 at the moment. Russia need to get something here. Keep themselves in this.
Ja, kanskje lettere. Opp til dere, hva dere vil. Ja, okay.
And it looks like they got their 2. And they've narrowed the gap. Denmark 7, Russia 6. Showing you live coverage of Norway against Switzerland in the 10th end. Switzerland with a lot to do to get this back on level terms and take it to an extra end.
Sorry. Beklager. Yep.
Marcuso for Claudio Patz, 3rd. Not great, Richard.
No, 59's a bit on the low side for Switzerland at 3rd player, Claudio Patz. So the 2 guards are back, but Torgen Nergard, 73%. Good enough, not fantastic, but pretty good. And he takes off one of the 2 guards, runs.
Claudio.
Tia! Warte noch. Over die. Is goed. Over. Zeker.
So elected to come around this time instead of putting the other guard up on the other side. Enough of that. Having a go to see if he can get a couple of shots, but Thomas Ulsrud too experienced to leave that one lying there. So Nergard will get rid of it. Ooh. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Well, that was rather fortunate.
Tall order for the Swiss team to get to here against such an experienced team.
So trying to remove the guard and roll the shooter out of play. Instead, he promotes it, just taps the one in the rings as well, and the two yellows go. And certainly his stone remains as a guard option for Sven Michel to curl behind. It's his only option really here.
Verlängert. Goed richtig. Garle nog Linie is goed. Linie is goed.
Good line. Needs to swing and it needs to stop before the tee line. Well, just a bit too heavy, really, but I'm sure Ulsrud will go for the guard being removed. Yes, he does. And Norway have last stone. They lead 8-6. 3 stones to go here.
And they must be feeling pretty confident of seeing this one out in this end.
Big weight from Thomas Ulsrud. And he clears out the guard completely. And now Sven Michel has only one shot really, and that's put another stone in the house and hope that Ulsrud misses to take the game into the next round.
Hus, nicht so lang. Gut, gut, gut.
Well, nicely played, but it's not going to mean very much in the grand scheme of things. Ulsrud hit anywhere, as long as he doesn't miss. And the game will be Norway's 8 shots to 6, probably going to end up 8, perhaps be 8-7 or 9-6. And that is Ole Ingvaldsson, Norwegian coach, long-time coach to this team.
Yeah, they've been together a while now. Last stone of this 10th end. And no problems for Thomas Ulsrud and Norway. They secure the win over Switzerland.
Good luck. Thanks for the game.
And they enjoyed the game. Always nice to win, of course. The Swiss gave them a bit of a run for their money.
Bra start for Norge.
But final result, Norway 9, Switzerland 6.
Okay, jetzt auch 80, 80, oder? Ja. Hey,